All right. How is everybody? So I'm here to speak about decentralization and why it matters. Web3 promises us a decentralized future where we, the consumer, can own parts of the network we participate in. With this ownership, we're told, comes democratized access, participation, influence, and opportunity. Why then does Jack Dorsey write on Twitter, "You don't own Web3, the venture capitalists and their limited partners do. It will never escape their incentives. It's ultimately a centralized entity with a different label. Know what you're getting into." Consider Bitcoin, the most well-known fair launch blockchain protocol. It had no ICO, no pre-mine, no VC company backing, and no founders fund. When pressed by one of Andreessen Horowitz's partners to embrace chains other than Bitcoin, Jack replied saying, "It's critical we focus our energy on truly secure and resilient technologies owned by the mass of people, not individuals or institutions. Only that foundation will provide for the applications you allude to." Remember this, as we'll come back to it in a bit. Though a large part of the mining power that provisions the Bitcoin blockchain has become centralized, the nature of its origins differentiate it from chains like Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Polkadot, etc., in the eyes of regulators, who it seems are just now starting to play their cards. Blockchains like these that are not fair launch create a power asymmetry between the early funders and the rest of the users. These imbalances can lead to manipulation of the network, and so upsets and undermines the promise we began with, and now takes us back to a place where centralized powers control the network. So why does this matter and why should we care, you might ask? History has shown that when an individual or a group of individuals has the opportunity to act in their own self-interest, it's usually a matter of time before they do. Imagine being a Russian citizen right now. Your government has decided to go to war. You may or may not agree with this decision. Regardless, you and your fellow citizens have been cut off from global banking services, including the majority of online transactions. Well, let's look further east. The Chinese social credit system rates people of China on a range of metrics: financial creditworthiness, judicial enforcement, commercial trustworthiness, societal trustworthiness, and government integrity, by gathering and sharing data, curating blacklists and red lists, and administering punishments, sanctions, and rewards. Should your beliefs or values differ from those of the current government or leading representative, your ability to travel, gain employment, access finance, or enter into contracts could all be affected, potentially leading you to be marginalized from society. NFTs. NFTs are said to give users the ability to own objects, which can be art, photos, codes, music, text, game objects, credentials, government rights, access passes, or whatever else people dream up. NFTs exist on top of blockchains like Ethereum, and almost all dApps use either Infura or Alchemy to interact with these blockchains. In fact, even when you connect a wallet like MetaMask to an app, it interacts with the blockchain via these two apps. Neither the dApp nor your wallet actually verifies the blockchain state or the authenticity of the responses. The results aren't even signed, so you can later validate them. So essentially what's happening is the app asks, hey, what's the output of this view function on this smart contract? And then Alchemy or Infura responds with an output. That the app then renders. Furthermore, MetaMask reuses the same connections for all your accounts in your wallet. So if you're managing multiple accounts in a wallet to maintain some kind of identity separation, these companies know they're linked. Unfortunately, a wallet has to run on a mobile device or in a browser, but Ethereum and most other blockchains have not been designed to interact with a mobile device or your browser. So there's all this work that's gone into creating fancy blockchains with trustless distributed consensus mechanisms, but virtually all clients access it simply by trusting the outputs of these two companies without any further verification. Imagine if every time you interacted with a website on Google Chrome, your request first went to Google before being routed to the destination and back. It doesn't seem like the best privacy solution, yet that's exactly what happens with Ethereum today. All write traffic is obviously public on the blockchain, but these companies also have this ability to almost all read requests from almost all users in almost all dApps. Most people, when they think of NFTs, they think of images and digital art, but NFTs generally don't store the data on chain. It would be way too expensive. Instead, most NFTs contain a URL that points to the data. What's pretty shocking to learn about NFT standards is that there's no hash commitment for the data located at the URL. This means that for many of the NFTs on popular marketplaces being sold for $100,000, sometimes millions of dollars, the URL just points to a virtual private server somewhere running Apache. Anyone with access to that machine, anyone who buys a domain name in the future, or anyone who compromises that machine can change the image, title, description, or other information for the NFT to whatever they'd like at any time, regardless of whether they own the token or not. There's nothing in the NFT spec that tells you what the image should be or even allows you to confirm what the correct image is. Furthermore, on the subject of decentralization, OpenSea have the providence to remove any NFT or listing they believe violates their terms of service. Suffice to say, if your NFT is removed from OpenSea, it also disappears from your wallet. It doesn't functionally matter that your NFT is indelibly on the blockchain somewhere, because your wallet and increasingly everything else in the ecosystem is just using the OpenSea API to display NFTs. It does seem that most participants either don't know or don't particularly care that these dynamics are at play. It seems to have little negatively felt effect on the velocity of the ecosystem expanding. This might seem that decentralization is not actually of immediate practical or pressing importance to the majority of crypto users or NFT buyers. What they actually care about is where the money is, or put another way, number goes up. So what's the solution? Imagine a worldwide network as scalable and as accessible as today's internet, capable of processing financial transactions in dollars, euros, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or even custom currencies or auto-rebalancing multi-currency baskets, and ensures all currencies are accounted for flawlessly. It facilitates the complete safety and security of value, the verification of all real-world actions, and the ability for people to present a verifiable reflection of the sum of their lifetime experiences. It facilitates equity of opportunity for all, where kindness can be exchanged without fear of fraud or humiliation, and enables the values, votes, and voices of a community to be immutably expressed and secured by that community. All data is verified, private, protected, and provable, enabling exchanges of self-evident truths, and all exchanges can be certified, smart, and secured without the need to rely on costly intermediaries. The network is available to all, as are its state-of-the-art tools, and is designed such that it can be cheaply and easily secured on personal computers or mobile phones. This protocol is called Verus, which means truth. The lead dev was one of 22 technical fellows in the history of Microsoft, their highest-ranking engineers, was responsible for writing the kernel for Windows 95, architecting and founding .NET, Microsoft's virtual machine, and Java, among other technologies still being used to this day. He designed Verus as a solution to the surveillance state we saw emerging in the US and elsewhere. Verus Public Blockchain, or PBaaS, Public Blockchain as a Service, enables anyone to create their own fully fractal, interoperable, cross-chain blockchains or tokens without the need for technical programming ability. Think of how much money you could save not needing costly smart contract devs or audits. So these blockchains are endowed with self-sovereign IDs, the ability to create and control digital identities that correlate with real-life activities like loans, KYC, reputation scores, voting, etc. Full privacy capabilities through ZK snarks and zero-knowledge proofs. A free marketplace so you can trade NFTs or any other data without paying any middlemen, totally peer-to-peer. Full cross-chain compatibility with root cryptographically secure bridges on both sides. So, for example, the metadata for your NFTs travels with them, and you avoid things like smart contract risk and buggy bridges. DeFi and automated market makers, this is all at the protocol level, designed to eliminate smart contract risk, front money, MEV, so it's fair and safe for all participants. They have a proof of power consensus mechanism, which is 50% proof of stake, 50% proof of work. Not only does this provide incredible security, but it's also designed to be accessible to everyone It's ASIC resistant because it's optimized for CPUs, so it can be run on a mobile phone or a home computer. It's also very energy efficient, which again allows it to be run on a mobile phone. And there's no lockup periods for the staking portion of the mechanism. It's also quantum ready for when the quantum threat or quantum computers come online. So in short, Verus' fair launch layer 0 protocol that eliminates the smart contract vulnerabilities that cost chains like Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain that we just heard about, Solana, Phantom, Polygon, and Avalanche, cumulatively billions of dollars in hacks each year. By integrating smart transactions into the blockchain protocol layer, so a different approach to smart contracts, Verus ensures that every DeFi LP exchange, transaction, token launch, blockchain launch, cross-chain transaction, etc., is as secure as a standard provable coin-to-coin transfer. In today's world, free digital services mean you, the user, are the product. Your data is being harvested and sold to advertisers. This data is also attractive to governments looking to extract value from its populations. And with the exponential rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning, the data gets further processed, stored, and shared. As this data becomes commingled with a person's biometric data, interacting with virtual reality or the metaverse is literally like strapping yourself into the matrix. Remember what Jack Dorsey said earlier in this speech. It's critical we focus our energy on truly secure and resilient technologies owned by the mass of people, not individuals or institutions. Only that foundation will provide for the applications you allude to. Verus is a solution that brings about truly decentralized blockchain technology and enables people to own their own data and decide where and how it is shared. This includes the ability to prove that data, whether it's an identity, a financial transaction, or otherwise, independent of governments, banks, or other intermediaries. Just finishing, yeah. I want to live in a world where people's human rights are just as relevant in the digital space as they are anywhere else, and all human beings can enjoy freedom of thought, movement, justice, and liberty. Join me in bringing about and realizing the utopia of Web3. I'll be around if anyone wants to learn more. You can join the Discords. There's 15,000 people currently in it. And this is the real deal. You can build your own blockchain, your own tokens, basically at near free with state-of-the-art tools. Thanks very much.